Eagles and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this out wide to Scott. And some room to maneuver. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
Here we go.
A huge play there right off the bat. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins there to make the grab. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Escaping the pressure right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got a bump down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 43 yards for Dalvin Cook. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now. Try and cut down the length of the drive.
On second down, it's Scott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter play. They go play action with Hurts. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kenneth Gainwell punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 76 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Joseph now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It'll be a loss of 5 there as as the safety blitz winds up paying off. To try again after the sack. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Flush to his right. So caught there by Osborne. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying... And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. Off the play fake, Cousins. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now, just his first 3 carries.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone when things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. A gain of 6 there on first. Hurts trying to hurry up the offense. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Throwing is Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And oh, it's taking it right down Broadway. The 40. The 20. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know when he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Still on his feet. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Throwing is Cousins. Flushed out right. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Play fake. Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. And just a yard to go here on second down. On play action, Cousins rolling to his right. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Vikings are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 40-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Cousins will try and throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking? Hurts, fumbles it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
From the 29, Hurts. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now Cousins. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense is moving. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. DJ Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins escaping the pressure right, and his throw's going to be incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go play action. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. We've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Again, it's Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble, hits 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. They'll roll him out right. Toward the pylon, caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. To throw, Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Touchdown! That's caught. Dalvin Cook, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. That time, a 9-play drive, and it's polished off by a Vikings score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now, because as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Hurts throw there, taken in by Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to to throw again. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point. On 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. The ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. They run it again with Cook. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's got this down to the 35. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 132 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Cook, they'll try and run it, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened to
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their... timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's got Smith here. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 23, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. They had him back deep. Got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.